trolls! Welcome one and all to more Mr. Beast drama! That's right, we continue milking the breast in this house, and in this case, we are talking about Mr. Breast. Thank you for the 5 subs, Happy Quetzal. But speaking of unhappy people, it's breast time. So, recently we have covered a whole lot of allegations and stuff against Mr. Breast, how he's working with known scammers to promote a scam, knockoff product of something else, promoting it as healthy to make, even when in actuality it is not healthy. As someone who likes putting my testicles on the face of the man, no homo, this is more of that. So, Upper Echelon just made a video, the lawsuit against Mr. Beast and Amazon. As you know, I am on vacation, so I did not actually get the chance to read through all this. So we are doing the deep dive into the brand new lawsuit lore. That's right, lawsuit lore dive. We all knew this was coming. It was inevitable. Lord Nuxanor has already pre-watched this. I have already seen it happen. Now we are just witnessing it take place in reality instead of in my mind. So this has been a really good work for Nuxator Vindications. Like, not even gonna lie, yo boy Nux is on vacation, having a good time, and every time I open up a social media, it's some awful development somewhere in the world that literally just proves me right. I predicted the lawsuit, I predicted the Logan Paul collab, I predicted that avocado didn't actually lose the weight, and that he filmed that video 2 years earlier. Who knows? We'll still see if that one's true. But anywho, let's see where this goes.
This video is brought to you by Surfshark. Stick around to hear more about the special offer they're providing to the entire Upper Echelon community.
All right.
Some of you may know this, most of you probably don't, but lately I've been taking a bit of a break content-wise because,
me too.
to put this delicately, I am completely burnt out on the current reality of social media.
See, I am not. I have witnessed... Okay, let me explain something important to you, okay? As someone who is also taking a break, I am not burnt out on the reality of social media. I have come to witness it as the doom of mankind. And once you witness it as such, you can just frolic in the chaos that it comes along with. See, the thing is, if you expect it to be good and it constantly lets you down, it is an awful mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, you want the ultimate mindset? Appreciate the goddamn chaos of it all.
An example, just one example. I can't even log into Twitter anymore without seeing some kind of suggested content that just has outright horrible violence in it, which I'm pretty sure has a compounding effect over time on people's mental health.
Yep.
And I've also had personal stuff going on. However, something that doesn't seem to be taking any sort of break is the completely deserved, absolutely justified, and deeply satisfying destruction of Mr. Beast.
He didn't even call him Mr. Breast, and he calls himself a newsman, this Echelon guy. Can't wait for the Nux upload where it's titled Me and Jaden Animations in Upper Echelon take a break from YouTube but come back to destroy Mr. Breast.
Public reputation after he became the world's largest social media influencer by leveraging some of the most sleazy, disreputable, and materialistic techniques you can possibly imagine. Now, to be absolutely...
Now, I don't like materialism personally, but if you do, I have no qualms. It's when it takes the step into illegality of it all, alright? You know how I had this question in the previous stream. It was very funny. On a previous stream, I was talking about how, wow, Mr. Beast, super duper rich guy, everyone thought he was nice. Turns out he's like, you know, violating the Geneva Convention over his weekends to manipulate his audience and his friends into asinine positions to make himself more money, right? Like, and I was like, hey guys, are there any actual, like, moral billionaires? Like, is there such a thing? And everyone's like, oh no, it's impossible to make $1 billion. I want to make a statement here that will get me canceled. But I'm on vacation, so I don't really care. I'm not going to see it anyway. I'm thinking of doing a pre-recorded apology video for this statement, but I'll let you know. The most moral billionaire and how they got their money that I could think of off the top of my head is the internet's most hated whammon, J.K. Rowling. She got $1 billion by writing a kid's book, okay? And it fucking sold out like hotcakes. Everyone played it. Now people are going on the amusement park rides. Like, as far as I could tell, she's like the most moral billionaire in how she actually made her money. Okay? Like, I know she's literally internet's least favorite whammon of all time, but like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it's crazy to see. Then you have Mr. Beast, who promotes himself as like this unbelievable virtuous character, and then it turns out that bro's violating the Geneva Convention on his weekends.
Be clear, I don't think the lawsuit that I'll be mostly focusing on for today will actually go anywhere, because a lawsuit like this is almost certainly destined to be settled out of court. When you have sleazy pieces of shit like Jimmy Donaldson and mismanaged companies like Beast Holdings, they can't survive the process of search and discovery because they know what they did wrong.
Yeah, it's like every billionaire that gets sued or gets exposed. Like, they all keep that shit out of court. No one wants to go through the discovery phase because most of them end up having a skeleton or two in their pocket that they don't want anyone to actually find out about. I mean, I think the Chris Tyson situation that just recently happened is just a really good reference to that. It's like, can you imagine, like, the reason why Jimothy Breast is in the public eye right now and persona non grata like he is because his best friend had some really, really creepy, shitty, evil conversations with kids, right? Like, goddamn.
They know what the optics will be. It doesn't matter how much money they have. People think it does, and it can, but it doesn't in certain situations like this one. It doesn't matter what law firm they hire. Eventually, when you consistently act like garbage all day, every day for the sake of profit, you end up with a simple cost-benefit equation of, I have screwed up repeatedly, and if we actually fight these people in public, the world's going to openly see at least some of those screw-ups, which is the precise point in time where the con man or the dirt bag suddenly goes, wait, I'm sorry, I'm reasonable, let's find a settlement here.
Yeah, that's what I was basically saying was going to happen with the Logan Paul shenanigans. You know, Logan Paul right now is suing CoffeeZilla, right, for defaming him or whatever. But Logan Paul is allegedly a massive scammer that has scammed people left and right on multiple crypto projects and more, right? So this guy obviously doesn't want to walk into court. He's trying to throw his money around and lob his penis into the face of CoffeeZilla and hoping that CoffeeZilla recoils from this shit and literally bully him into silence. That's what it looks like. It looks like a slap lawsuit. And realistically, this guy doesn't want to end up in court. Logan Paul doesn't want people to start poking into his financials and why CoffeeZilla was actually calling him out. So it's probably going to be something similar over here. Even though ultimately Mr. Beast is the one being sued, and it depends on how just and moral the people that are actually suing him are, if they actually want justice or if they just want the payout. Both of which are completely acceptable, by the way.
And then they use a non-disclosure agreement to make sure nobody says anything until they get bent over in private. The sleazy dirtbag media mogul comes out looking fine on paper because that's
right. It's like how Dr. Disrespect won the lawsuit settlement against Twitch, but he also had inappropriate conversations with minors. So it's like, I mean, winning a lawsuit, settling out of court, none of that's really, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, as long as Mr. Beast streams the lawsuit so Asmongold can react to it, I'll be satisfied.
Goal, but behind the scenes, they lost. They know it, their opposition certainly knows it, but the public just never gets to see the details. In my opinion, that's precisely what's about to happen here, with very little uncertainty, I might add, because Beast Games is a dumpster fire of a production, so much so that I'm quite frankly baffled by the fact that Amazon is still working with this guy. I would be holistically unsurprised, actually, if we got some sort of announcement soon that they're not working with him anymore. But
that would be pretty crazy, to be honest. I think it's very likely. Again, this is tinfoil hat Nuxanor, okay? Don't take what I'm saying as law here. Just think of it as an interesting conspiracy theory. We know the mainstream media has been shitting on YouTubers for as long as possible because the mainstream media hates the idea that YouTubers, individuals that grow popular online and that have some sort of voice, they hate that YouTubers actually have the potential to reach a wider audience than they are. News sites hate news YouTubers, okay? It's a known fact. When PewDiePie started Pew News, his news story thing on his shtick, you should note, kind of a win-win. I think there might have been that thought process at some point. But anywho, I'm interested to see the chaos that unfolds in this lawsuit.
That's pure speculation on my part. I guess we'll find out over time. So lately, advertising itself has become a sort of game of psychological manipulation here on YouTube, like having a progress bar for the advertisement at the bottom of the screen.
And the progress bar slows down halfway through so that it looks like it's going to be finished sooner than it is, yeah?
Deceptively makes you think the sponsored part is about to be over, but it's really not, which is perfectly legal, mind you. But in my opinion, it's a fundamentally disrespectful thing for your own audience. With that,
it's gross and yucky and scummy, and people do it, and it's annoying and cringe, and it's a strategy that people have been employing, and I don't like it. Okay, call me a stickler for the truth, but I hate this stuff, man. I hate this stuff. Anyway, this is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Stick around for the next 45 minutes for the ad.
In mind, yes, today is a sponsored...
It was not sponsored, but...
video, and yes, I'm about to talk about a product, but I'm also going to do it in a clear-cut, straightforward way. The sponsor is Surfshark.
All right. Very cool.
And that's promo code Echelon with the link down below for a community-wide special offer. Big thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring the channel.
Yeah.
Back on task. This right here is a redacted version of the overall complaint because
all right,
the plaintiffs have filed this action using pseudonyms and applying conservative redactions that limit public viewing in a good faith effort to comply with defendants' overbroad confidentiality.
Perfectly understandable, to be honest. I think that it makes a whole hell of a lot of sense to want to redact your names. You know that this lawsuit is going into the public. You know that every YouTuber and sleazebag and slop creator like me are going to be making videos on exactly this. So makes perfect sense that all this stuff is redacted.
Which plaintiff alleges are unenforceable, as well as to preserve the confidentiality and privacy interests of the plaintiffs who wish to avoid opprobrium. Opprobrium meaning backlash or criticism in this case from mentally deficient Beast fans. At this point, I'm going to read the basic overview.
Tell me, I know all about those mentally deficient Beast fans. We have not been getting along lately.
Complaints on the cover page, actually, because there's not really that much to see down below since a lot of it is redacted. Quote, class action complaint for failure to pay minimum wages, liquidated damages for failure to pay minimum wages, failure to pay overtime, sexual harassment.
That's the bad one. Listen, minimum wages, I think, he should, bro, the amount of money and moolah that this dude is bringing in, from his YouTube views, from his sponsors, from his chocolate, from his Lunchables ripoff. Bro, are you serious? He can't even pay minimum wage? Minimum wage! Brother, you have a deal with Amazon for hundreds of millions of dollars. Unbelievable.
Failure to prevent sexual harassment.
That's crazy that there's just fucking sexual harassment on the fucking show. Holy shit. Holy shit. There's just sexual harassment there. It just happens. Oh, that's one of the Beast games. Fucking oh Lord.
Negligent infliction.
Yeah, the funniest thing was I heard that someone got injured in Mr. Beast's on the Beast game. Someone got injured on September 11th because a tower fell down. And it's like, bro, is Mr. Beast like recreating 9/11 for content or something? Because that sounds right up his alley.
Of emotional distress, failure to prevent uninterrupted meal breaks, failure to provide uninterrupted rest breaks, failure to pay
wow, bro, they're still doing the fucking sleep deprivation shit.
Wages promptly upon termination, failure to provide accurate and itemized wage statements, failure to indemnify for employee expenses and losses in discharging duties, unfair business practices, false advertising, declaratory relief.
They're getting sued for 14 things. God damn. And they didn't even mention the pedophile on staff because technically that's not illegal. It's just very sussy-wussy. Get me away from them. Get the shovel. Start digging.
End quote. Here's the whole obligatory I'm not a lawyer disclaimer because massive YouTube lawyers apparently like to take people out of context and make things up for the sake.
Yeah, I saw that. Legal definitely took upper echelon out of context in his video, and that was pretty scummy. Not gonna lie.
Of twisting arguments. But even with that in mind, this complaint seems pretty obviously geared towards the classification of contestants as now employees under California state law, which would then result in a lot of responsibilities and compensation requirements.
Yo, I didn't even think about that. But these contestants are actually employees. Mr. Beast doesn't run some government-funded game show, all right? Oh my god, dude. They are employees, right? He's employing them to be part of this situation.
Something I'll address at the end of the video. That claim actually takes on a whole new light in the full context of how the company routinely operates. But
interesting. Holy shit. They're really goddamn redacting everything. Contestant 5, a female, employed by defendants, Mr. Beast, whatever. Defendant arranged. Oh my god. There is so much.
I'll get to that later on.
Yikers.
I can't speak to the future of that claim, but a lot of what they have in here goes hand in hand with a multitude of other revelations about the general mismanagement of Beast Holdings. They even cite in the lawsuit directly the production manual that was leaked a few weeks ago where they say things like, no doesn't mean no.
Yeah, I remember that one. I only want A players. If you're a C player, we will fuck you in the ass. It's here in the thing. Look. A players and C players. C players are poisonous and should be transitioned to a different company immediately. Holy shit.
And they talk about how if talent wants to draw a dick on the whiteboard in the video or do something stupid, let them. Going on to say, really, Do everything you can to empower the boys when filming and help them make content. Help them be idiots, end quote. This isn't the first time we've heard about sexual harassment at this company. It's not the first time we've heard about issues with their competitions. It's just a formalized version of those problems in one isolated production.
That's crazy. No does not mean no. Yeah, but it is important to recognize that most of these things are probably allegations we've already known about, but it entered the legal system. I feel like that definitely does get credence.
A large production with an emphasis on contestants qualifying as employees to expand the scope. But even if we make the jump and talk about actual employees here, not regular contestants now claimed to be employees, the picture doesn't get any better. Beast Games has filmed in 2 locations so far, Las Vegas and Toronto, Canada. On the Vegas shoot, YouTuber Rosanna Pansino posted an email that she had been sent, allegedly from the IATSE, which states Beast Games, aka Project Greenlight, had been deemed an unfair production, where union workers were prohibited from working on set. For anyone who doesn't know, the IATSE is the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees.
Nice.
I can't necessarily speak further on this because I haven't seen the actual email, but what I can speak further on is the ACTRA, which is the Alliance of Canadian Cinema, Television, and Radio Artists, which has publicly posted do not work notices on their bulletin. To be fair, non-union productions aren't exactly uncommon. You can have a television show that does not work directly with these unions.
Yeah, but it also definitely goes to show that Mr. Beast is doing everything in his power to get out of needing to give his employees, which include his contestants now, a fair shake, right? He's doing everything in his power to be able to skirt around basic human rights. Oh my god. It's so cringe to even say it, but it's like sort of true. Bro's trying to get around the human rights here. He's been... Oh.
Absolutely. But see, normal productions don't result in their contestants getting frequently hospitalized. Normal productions aren't starving their contestants with inadequate meals.
It's part of the challenge, guys. We are getting 1,000 contestants into these 2 towers, and we are going to try to hit them with a plane. Yikes.
And then feeding them shitty chocolate bars in front of a camera, telling them to say how much they love it. Oh, you love that Feastables bar, don't you, for free advertising?
Yeah, that is super duper scummy advertising practices. I'm glad that it's actually part of this lawsuit because you know how you always see people trying, like Mr. Beast will take 5 people and he'll say, all right, you guys have to survive in the woods, right? And they have to survive in the woods where Mr. Beast has his whole fake bear show up and all that shit. We already covered this. We overanalyzed that video, taking apart everything that's definitely fake in there. And he'll say, and then for the next day to survive, you get Feastables chocolate. And then you see them literally orgasming while eating the Feastables chocolate. Feastables, thanks, Jimmy. Oh, you savior. It's so good. It's so yummy. You know what I'm saying? Like the classic Willy Wonka maneuver, except the food actually just tastes like dog shit, but he forces people to make believe they like it.
Normal productions aren't losing contestants' underwear and depriving women on their period of their personal belongings.
That's the craziest shit in the world. Not giving period medication or what was the other one? Birth control to the female contestants, or stealing people's underwear. Like the fact that there are panty thief allegations against Mr. Beast is fucking crazy. Okay, we are living in 2024. All right, this isn't a 2012 shonen anime with a 12-year-old protagonist and with a bloody nose. Okay, this is Mr. Beast. How are there panty thief allegations?
Or withholding proper treatment. I could go on, like how normal productions don't misplace medications or hire registered sex offenders, but...
I don't know. For me, it's still the craziest thing. It's like, all right, so, Your Honor, technically it is legal that Mr. Beast is making content for children and also hired a registered pedophile, but it's cringe. And then the judge just slams his gavel on the table and he says, fuck the laws, and then... Okay, all right, this is my fan fiction. This isn't reality.
I think most people get the point. There's basically 3 different angles right now. First was the Ava Chris Tyson fiasco. I don't need to go in depth on that. It's mostly in the past anyway, but it opened the door for a lot more stuff to come out as the carefully cultivated "I'm the perfect golden boy, look at me" atmosphere began showing signs of weakness. Second was the workplace culture allegations from Dogpack 404, which is kind of ongoing in a sense, where it came out that the company had knowingly hired sex offenders, run dozens of alleged illegal lotteries, and a whole bunch more that I've covered super in-depth already, so no need to rehash.
Same. We've been going hard on the breast train. We've been really trying.
But then third is the Beast Games stuff. And that's where I think the company's genuinely the most vulnerable right now. Amazon brought them in for a $100 million production. It's like the biggest game show in history, apparently. They are now making headlines repeatedly as people get hospitalized, injured, or mistreated. And now they're getting...
Bro, they were like, I don't understand, Mr. Beast says from his ivory tower. I don't get it. Everyone loved Squid Games, but when I recreate that shit, everyone has a problem. What's going on? Yes, so during the archery competition, I had them shoot each other, but I still thought it was a pretty good, exciting tournament.
Sued because they screwed up so bad so many times, the lawyers found an actual opening. Like I said earlier, this lawsuit will almost certainly disappear from here forward, in my opinion. It goes to a back room, some money changes hands, easy peasy, no more public scrutiny for that one. But there's also the issue of what they're choosing to actually respond to. When I say respond...
All they responded to was Dan TDM on Twitter when he absolutely fucking smoked those bitches.
Right? I mean public statements, because there's plenty of responses, other responses, if you know where to look.
Yeah, get out of here.
Like how they got accused of running illegal lotteries, then they frantically deleted every single trace of those live
streams. Yeah, that's not a response, that's a reaction. Their reaction to being called out for illegal lotteries was deleting all that shit. That doesn't count as a response.
That they could
Their response that I found one public response from Mr. Beast, okay? Aside from the one to Dan TDM where they said, no, but Dan TDM, you also sell merch. It's like, all right, good one. Good one, bro. Good one, bro. Dan TDM calls them out for being cringe and shit for peddling shit to kids. And they're like, but you sold merch in the past as well. Right, Epic got him. Epic got him right there. They just destroyed. So that was one response. The other one is, there's a spokesman for Mr. Beast that gave information to NBC News. And that basically said, oh, it was weather issues. There were weather issues at the time, and stuff was like bad for reasons that were out of our control, but we're doing our best. That was the other public response, which Mr. Beast didn't even have the balls, didn't even have the stones, didn't have the family jewels to fucking post on his social media, but he had to have a spokesperson tell it to NBC News.
Which I would personally call the cover-up, but again, talked about that before. The thing is, when it comes to actual human interaction, personal responses,
yeah, none.
To address concerns, criticisms, or other issues, there's basically nothing. The only thing they have done is come out and defend their new Lunchables alternative,
yeah!
Which is probably the least interesting or impactful criticism that anyone could possibly have of them.
So I'll be honest, I think it is a decently impactful criticism, and I'm not only saying that because I want to yonk my own jonk talking about how I actually predicted this entire thing breaking down exactly like it did with the Feastables Prime collab, literally exactly, but it's the idea. It's the idea that Mr. Beast is so open and upfront with working with Logan Paul, a guy who, aside from, making a video about some person that he found taking their own life in a suicide forest in Japan and embarrass himself there and mock the culture and all that shit, tasing dead animals and all that other fucking weird content shit. Aside from literally all of that we're moving to the side right now, this dude ran multiple alleged crypto scams. And I say alleged because I don't want to have my name on the lawsuit docket while I'm on vacation. But multiple of those. Multiple. Not just one or two. Also, let's not forget the idea that he's suing CoffeeZilla after thanking him just to annoy him. Like, there is so much garbage going on there. And he works with him anyway because he just knows that it's that ultimate brand of internet rich douchebag that wants to sell shit to kids and does not care about anything aside from the money that they're making. It's like greed incarnate meets up with more greed incarnate. I think that is a very valid criticism of nice guy Mr. Beast always doing things for the community.
Just to quickly explain, Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul, of all people, have decided to launch some sort of garbage-ass Lunchables competitor right now, which...
Again, I don't think it's a competitor as much as it's a blatant ripoff. Can I just say, I've been vacationing in the United States for the last, week or so. Every time I go to any, 7-Eleven or grocery or whatever, every single time I go to any of those places, I look to see if they have Prime or if they have Feastables. They have it in every Target, for example. Target has Feastables and has Prime. Every single place I go to, I look for those products because they are always on sale, All right, let me make this clear. They started it with such a huge marketing push that people started buying it. Kids were eating it up. The demand was high because the marketing was huge. But the products were dog shit. So now there is so much fucking product everywhere that the stores cannot get rid of.
Easy.
Yeah, what response are they going to have when it says that, oh, Mr. Beast, the allegation against you is that you hired a registered pedophile? What is your response? His response is, he may have been a pedophile, but he made a damn good turkey sandwich. Like, what the fuck are you gonna say about that? Like, there is no response. And it doesn't involve him actively selling shit, right? This response happened when Lunchly launched to bring more attention to Lunchly because they're trying to sell more Lunchly. That's why it happened there. There's no response about the pedophile thing that'll make you more money.
Hired a sex offender knowingly, which destroys the image of a child-friendly channel, and a whole bunch more chronic failures that they're quite obviously attempting to shove under the rug. But even when they use the strategy of avoiding legitimate complaints in favor...
All right, and in case my internet cut out and you didn't hear the challenge that I made to you guys, here's the challenge I am putting forward to you guys. Go to stores, find the Feastables, just see if it's on sale. You'll see it will be. Same with Prime.
...of the ones that they can brush off more easily, they still look bad. Because it's not the first or the only problem they've had when it comes to food. Beast Burger, which was one of the earlier attempts at making a food business, resulted in a $100 million lawsuit because it was mismanaged trash.
Surprise! Prime is getting sued too. Wow, so Mr. Beast, known for Beast Burger, sued for $100 million, and Logan Paul, known for Prime, being sued for $100 million, have come together to literally create the cock and balls of the food industry. Lunchly. It's so glorious. Wow.
Feastables.
Mr. Beast sued to get out of the deal, saying restaurants were serving inedible food. Bro, the bar is edible food. How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up, bro? Oh my god. Oh.
Ran a highly suspect lottery system in Australia, which I'm pretty sure is going to come back around to bite them soon here. And also decided to remove the no slave labor claim from their website.
Yeah, that was a pretty... That was honestly a pretty brave move of them. To remove the no slave labor rules. Oh, yeah.
Which again resulted in controversy. Now they're launching a Lunchables competitor, which contains Prime Energy as the drink, when Prime Energy has had not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 separate products that are alleged by the Environmental Research Center to contain lead or mercury.
Oh, yes, this was all done to be good for his image. Wow, that's amazing.
While the founder of Prime Hydration claims that their new Lunchables competitor is better for you because Lunchables previously got accused of having lead in it.
Unfucking believable. This is insane. Wait, so Logan Paul's response to that, he said Lunchables has lead in it, so ours is healthier. Meanwhile, he is literally selling Prime that has lead in it. You can't even make this fucking shit up. Chesticles and breasticles, this is fucking insane. And I am enjoying every minute of it. You might think, oh, I am so mad that they are doing these things. No, I am not mad. I have witnessed the crumbling of society, and I will laugh at the fucking idiots that fall into the chaos. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. You couldn't make this shit up if you tried. Anyway, bottom line is that a lawsuit has appeared, a class action lawsuit aimed at Beast Holdings and Amazon, because the Beast Games program, allegedly, is so horrifically mismanaged, it's a danger to people's health and safety. The lawsuit is likely to disappear now as it fades into the obscurity of backroom deals and non-disclosure agreements. However, the damage is done when it comes to public reputation. Final thoughts here. I don't think he's going to go down over any of the moral issues. Or
Bro, someone in my chat is actually in Walmart and sees it on sale for 30% off. You can't even make this shit up. It's on sale everywhere. It is on sale everywhere. You know why? Because it's dog shit. They produced so much product because the marketing push was big. And people bought it to try it. And the product is bad. Yes. And the merch that KSI mocks, KSI himself sells. You can't even fucking... These people.
The ethical problems. The stuff that will genuinely hurt his company is stuff like this, buried in the most recent lawsuit, but in my opinion, much more impactful than practically anything else it contains entirely. Quote, defendants knowingly misclassified the contestants blank, in part to obtain a tax credit for $2,252,523 from the state of Nevada. Now, whether or not that's lying to the audience, this, that, or the other, it doesn't matter. It's just that they take their staff, their employees, shove them in a competition, as if they're a contestant in that competition. That's the important through line.
Yeah, it's crazy. Honestly, that has to be illegal from a game show perspective. Clearly, from a game show perspective, that is not kosher. Okay, that is absolutely a problem. The fact that you're rigging it to include people that are on the know, right? You're gonna tell me that the MrBeast employees that are not joining the competition are gonna know what the next stage of the competition is gonna be, right? My asshole. You think that there isn't gonna be like actual people behind the scenes that are managing this shit or potentially skewing things slightly towards the contestants that are their friends? All right, get out of here. Get out of here.
And if I'm reading this right, it sounds like the same may have happened here, with a misclassification of who these people are or how they relate to the company in order to obtain millions in tax credits. And that is where, in my estimation, there can be actual damaging consequences. A lot of the stuff he's done is reprehensible, yes, but if this lawsuit is accurate, filing false paperwork to get money that you should not have from the government is when you stray into the territory of windbreakers kicking down your door. And yes, people with a lot of money routinely violate laws or get away with crimes that the rest of us would immediately get destroyed for. But when your reputation turns toxic like this, you become a fair target for people who want to score easy political points. If you're the golden boy philanthropist who everybody loves, then people just look the other way when you destroy something or break a bunch of rules.
That would be interesting if politicians get involved to say, to start using MrBeast as talking points for how we need to help labor laws and shit. That would be crazy. That would actually be insane. If MrBeast is that big that this drama gets into political slogans.
If you're the self-centered narcissist who's endangering people and refusing any sort of accountability while taking millions in tax credits that they shouldn't have, nailing you for fraud isn't some sort of risk to someone's reputation. It's an easy benefit to them. At the end of the day, I can't say with any degree of certainty.
Dude, oh my god. The government coming after MrBeast for fraud would be the craziest shit in the world. There's no way that MrBeast's taxes are all lined up. If he becomes a persona non grata and an actual enemy of just the mainstream, he might actually be fucked in a way that I don't even want him to get fucked. Gaxberry, thanks for the 5 subs. Like, here's the thing. I am super down for all the shit to hit the MrBeast fan when he does evil shit, alright? Like, I am all for that. I revel in the chaos. Karma is my friend and ally, okay? We work together on so many occasions! But something important to note is I don't want the Matrix to actually start coming for MrBeast's tax records and fucking him over that way just because it's an easy win. I think that's even scary. Not even the Joker messes with the IRS, goddammit. Holy shit. Like, you see the amount of money he brings in every video and spends on every video? There is no way all his taxes are in order. There is no way. Bro's carrying around $500,000 in fucking cash. Like, there is no way that everything is kosher, that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. And if the IRS really wants to make an example out of this guy, they absolutely can. And that is scary, okay? Listen, I may be an arbiter of chaos, but I wouldn't wish the IRS on my worst enemy, goddammit. Holy shit.
Certainty what will happen, but I can speculate that the lawsuit itself...
Bro, they got Al Capone on taxes. You don't think they can get MrBeast? MrBeast? Was literal video footage of him throwing money around everywhere? Oh, God.
Disappears, while major surrounding players begin to wake up, get some distance, I think, and figure out how exactly they want to handle this upstart guy making waves where he shouldn't be making waves. That's it. If you want to support the channel, check out the links down below.
Yeah,
Locals and Patreon, the video sponsor, Surfshark,
that was
of
a good
course,
video.
and more, but I'll cut it there and stop rambling. Oh, and for people that care, yes, this is way too much content about the same topic lately. I've just over and over talked about MrBeast, but that's what's in the news cycle, so there it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't... See, here's the thing. The difference between me and Upper Echelon. I have zero remorse. I will continue milking the breast, goddammit. Subscribe for more breast milkage in case it leaks. You know, I will be here to catch the droplets that leak from the Mr. Breast. Thank you so much for being here. Do appreciate you. Subscribe for a MrBeast lawsuit. Leave a like for a lawsuit against MrBeast. And definitely leave a positive comment detailing if you also found Feastables or Prime on discount in your local shit stores that sell that shit. If you made it to the end, click one of these 2 videos, which also will definitely get me canceled. See you live on King. Stay weird, fam.